Detention, that infamous rite of passage, a sentence handed down by the high school judicial system for crimes ranging from the egregious act of being late to class to the heinous offense of chewing gum in the wrong place. I remember the day I found myself in the hallowed halls of detention, a place where time stretches like a rubber band, and the air is thick with the scent of regret and stale pizza. I walked in, a fresh face in a sea of hardened criminals. Well, at least that's how they looked. There was the kid in the corner who had clearly mastered the art of looking both bored and threatening. The one who seemed to be auditioning for a role in a low-budget prison movie. Then there was the girl doodling in her notebook, her artistic talents clearly wasted on the likes of us. And let's not forget the kid who had somehow managed to turn his detention time into a personal spa day, complete with headphones and a hoodie that could have doubled as a sleeping bag. The clock on the wall ticked with a mocking rhythm, each second a reminder of my life choices. I had been sentenced to an hour of silence, and let me tell you, silence in a room full of teenagers is like a ticking time bomb. It's only a matter of time before someone cracks. I was convinced that if I stared at the clock long enough, it would magically turn back time, and I could escape this purgatory. But alas, time is a cruel mistress, and she had other plans. As I sat there, I began to reflect on how I ended up in this predicament. Was it my fault that I had a penchant for witty comebacks? Apparently, telling my history teacher that his lectures were as exciting as watching paint dry wasn't the best way to win favor. Who knew? I thought I was just contributing to the classroom discourse. But here I was, a prisoner of my own sarcasm, surrounded by my fellow inmates, each with their own tales of woe. The girl doodling in her notebook suddenly burst out laughing, and for a brief moment I thought, yes, the silence has been broken. But no, she was just showing the kid next to her her latest masterpiece, a stick figure with an exaggerated frown, clearly depicting our detention experience. I couldn't help but chuckle. It was a small act of rebellion, and in that moment I felt a little less alone. Then there was the kid who had been silent the entire hour. He finally spoke up, his voice barely above a whisper. "This is worse than jail." I nodded in agreement, thinking of all the things I would rather be doing. I could be at home, binge-watching my favorite show, or even doing homework. Yeah, that's how bad it was. Detention had a way of making even the most mundane tasks seem like a vacation. As time dragged on, I started to notice the little things. The way the fluorescent lights flickered, like they were trying to communicate an escape plan. The way the ventilation system hummed a tune that sounded suspiciously like the theme from a horror movie. And the smell. Oh, the smell. It was a mix of old gym socks and regret, a scent that would haunt me long after I escaped this place. Finally, the clock struck the hour, and the door swung open. A wave of relief washed over me as I realized I had survived. I emerged from detention like a prisoner, released from a maximum security prison, ready to embrace freedom. I had made it through, armed with stories and a newfound appreciation for the outside world. Maybe, just maybe, detention wasn't all bad. It was a chance to bond with fellow misfits, a place where laughter could break through the monotony. And as I walked out, I couldn't help but think that the next time I was faced with a choice between detention and a witty comeback, I might just choose the comeback, at least until I had to face the consequences again.